Welcome to 365 Days of Richer Living, daily morning reading, meditation, and prayer time. I am Reverend Rafe Ellis, Senior Minister and Spiritual Leader at Columbia Center for Spiritual Living in Columbia, Maryland. Today is June 13th. I no longer interfere with the higher mind. And our reference quote this morning comes from Emerson. Quote, "We are wiser than we know. If we will not interfere with our thought, but will act entirely, or see how the thing stands in God." Let me start that all over. My eyes are not awake yet. We are wiser than we know. If we will not interfere with our thought, but will act entirely, or see how the thing stands in God, we know the particular thing and everything and every person. Emerson. And so our reading begins. I have faith that the mind of God not only created this universe and humanity, but also forever maintains its creation within its own bosom, nurturing and furthering the perfect plan and the divine concept. The divine forever knows what to do and is forever doing it. Being all in all, it is never conditioned, never inhibited, and never limited. I am the outlet of all that mind is, and I am always in the present and always using the power of God. I cannot escape my divinity. Try as I may, I cannot be a failure, for God will always win out in the long run. God uses me as its channel for good. My best planned ideas will fail me if they are founded upon selfish principles. Each time I work for my personal gain and disregard others, I am interfering with the divine action, and I merely punish myself. The divine order and law will always prevail, despite my human will. I cannot change God, but I can change myself. I now cease all interference with the divine plan of my life. I stop deciding long-range plans for the future. I accept the fact that I am wiser than I know. I am wise enough to let life unfold in its own way and for its own purposes. I reject my world. I respect my world, for in it I see the action of God take place. I respect my fellow humans, for they are not made by themselves, but God created them for a purpose. I respect myself and my own abilities, recognizing the divine within that seeks to make me greater than I am at the moment. My consciousness turns with confidence to God, and its ideas appear to me in perfect order and on time. Letting the infinite mind have its full sway in my thinking makes life easy and right. I can never falter nor fail, for I am governed by mind and by mind alone. Divine ideas impel me forward today, and I rejoice in my many demonstrations. And so let's take that into our time of meditation and contemplation. I allow my awareness, my thoughts to go deeper into that place within me that recognizes itself, to know again the divinity of my being, to remember that the infinite beingness of life is animating itself in, through, and as this expression of life that I know as Rafe. That life is unfolding itself, expanding its experience of itself through every activity. I recognize, I know again, that the breath that breathes this body is the breath of the infinite. That the heart that beats within is a divine idea in the mind of Creator itself, as is every integral system within the wholeness of this body. That this body is simply a cell in the wholeness and the system of the one holy whole body of creation. Creation, creator, life, love, peace, power, presence, whatever name it is known as, is unnameable. There is no way to capture the infinite with a finite word. And so I allow myself to simply be in the recognition of it, the recognition of it everywhere. To recognize that it thinks my thoughts, it dreams my dreams, it breathes my breath, it beats my heart, it lives my life. That in the truth, beyond the restriction, beyond the convenience of language, there is only one. And then I bring myself to an integrity of this human experience. And I recognize that this human expression, this individualized point of activity of the one, is intentional. And so I honor that. I recognize that I was born in, live in, and can only ever always be in a state of unification with Creator and thus with all life. There is only one life. That life animates itself as its creation. I am an animation of life. I am a point where life expresses, where life unfolds. I am an individualized divine idea in the mind and heart of creation itself, intentional on purpose. And what is true of me is true of all. And so as I recognize what the infinite is, as I recognize that I am born in unification with it and live in unification with it, I recognize, I own, I embrace, I embody that in truth, I am born in absolute unification and live in a unified state with all life. All life, every expression, every movement Everything that I've ever been aware of is this one consciousness expressing itself. And so I intentionally, from a place of awareness, choose to live this day in alignment with the truth of being, to allow myself to see life everywhere, to see love everywhere, to see peace everywhere, to intentionally move my attention beyond the surface level of activity, beyond behavior. I choose to see the truth of the behavior. I choose to intentionally, consciously recognize that I am that behavior, that the behavior is me, that there is no separation, that we are one substance expressing diversely, that there is no separation. And so I move through this day remembering the wholeness, allowing any ideas, any conditioned thinking that creeps in that would fool me to believe I am separate. I challenge it. I neutralize it by speaking truth to it. And I return to this place of experience, this place of recognizing, this place of knowing that all of life is a unified whole, inseparable, immeasurable, magnificent, deserving of celebration, deserving of awe and wonder. Grateful. I feel myself filled with a sense and experience of gratitude. Grateful that law, the activity of creation, has already responded yes. That it has now and only can always respond yes. That it is simply that part of creation that responds to itself and makes it so. That only knows yes, that filters nothing. It simply receives the ideas, the desires of the heart, the mental equivalents, whatever word we call them, and it acts upon them and makes them so. And so knowing that that has already happened, I simply allow my attention to be fixed and active in my intention for this day. To see the divine everywhere, to feel it everywhere, to hear it everywhere, to taste, to touch, to smell everywhere. The infinite oneness, the infinite wholeness of life. So I move into this day with the assurance that it's already done. I live from this gratitude that knows. And so in this knowing, in this place of gratitude, I know there is nothing for me, the human me, to do to make this happen. but rather for an active surrender, an active release to remind me that I am intentionally to do nothing but act in alignment with the divine nudges that lay the path before me, that I do not create the path, that I simply live in a state of surrender, in that state of yes, in that state of alignment. And so I release, I let go of any brain noise that would tell me otherwise. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amen. Amen. And so it is.